Well, thanks for visiting us this morning at ktalnews.com. I'm meteorologist Josh Marces. This is your Tuesday morning forecast update. Summer giving us all it's got here as we'll continue to see the heat advisories. I think through the rest of the week, I think once we get closer to the weekend, we could see some rain to return to cool us off. But big contrast to last week when we had all the days in the 80s. Yesterday, with the sun out there, our high temperatures in the mid 90s, and that's not going to change here over the next few days. This high pressure really building in, and that is going to keep us in the summer heat here for the rest of the week and likely into the weekend as well. We have some sea breeze activity down along the coastline today. Doubtful that will make it north into the Arctic. I won't completely rule it out, but the rain outlook not so great for us, which is why we'll be dealing with the heat through the end of the week. Maybe a slight chance of rain returning by the weekend. I'll show you that in just a moment. This morning, close to 80 degrees or so it's a warm and humid start for us. We get the sun out all day today, and that will drive our temperatures likely into the mid to upper 90s. Would probably be hotter if we didn't have all the rain last week. That is kind of wet the ground here. You get wet ground, the temperatures don't push towards 100, but as we continue to dry out this week, we may see a few days where we kind of press closer and closer to 100 degrees. It will feel like it's over 100, so we do have the heat advisory in effect this afternoon. In fact, the true feel to the temperature is about 106 to 108 again this afternoon. So if you have any outdoor things earlier in the morning, the better. This is dangerous heat, so if you're kind of pushing yourself outside, you can get heat-related illness very quickly, which is why I just got to urge you to stay hydrated. If you have to be outside, take as many breaks in the air conditioning in the shade as possible, as we're not likely to get much heat relief over the next few days. Now, yesterday we did have quite a few clouds around. We will have partly cloudy conditions at times this afternoon, so hopefully the clouds will provide you a bit of shade if you have to be outside today, and likely going to continue to see the same basic pattern through the end of the week here. That ridge of high pressure really strengthening over us, and the high here is basically going to be centered over us for the next 3 days or so. You can see the wind arrows kind of showing that circulation around the area of high pressure, which will just kind of keep cooking us in the heat here. But by the weekend, the high will reorganize back to the western U.S. somewhat, so that should open the door for maybe some sea breeze activity to roll in. Unfortunately, we don't have a front coming in to cool us off, but we may tap into just a little bit of rain this weekend, which may cool our temperatures a degree or two, if anything. I don't think it will be too noticeable for us. And of course, longer range here, National Hurricane Center. We have a dry tropical wave. Once it continues to move east into the Caribbean here, west into the Caribbean, pardon me, it will pick up some of the moisture here and potentially could see a tropical system, whether it's a tropical depression, tropical storm, maybe closer to the weekend. So we know late August or late July, early August, a lot of folks like to take that trip to Florida before school starts up. So just kind of keep an eye on that. There's really nothing that would suggest any kind of danger to the Arctic, but there is at least one computer model this morning which tries to take this into the Gulf of Mexico at some point next week. So we'll obviously keep giving you updates on this system, but at least in the short term over the next week or so, nothing to be concerned about here in the Arctic. Again, we need the rain. We don't have much of it in the forecast, so the summer heat will continue through the weekend and likely into next week with only that slight chance of showers returning for the weekend.